Happy Friday, ladies and gents. Allincrypto here, and welcome back, guys. What is going to be nothing short of another jam-packed daily cryptocurrency market update. If you are new around here and finding yourself on my channel for the first time today, don't forget to check out that subscribe button, because we drop an update just like this one around 1 p.m. UK time every single day to help you guys stay up to date with the latest and greatest things happening in the crypto space, but also the broader markets. And actually, where we're going to be starting the video off is with talking about some news affecting the broader world in regards to IT shortages. Now, this is very interesting. This is breaking news today. We're seeing the likes of planes get halted. We're seeing Microsoft's shares really start to fall. We're seeing cybersecurity firm CrowdStrike, their outage, and all the companies that they kind of service after they've upgraded. You know, they're all having a kind of outage. And why am I, as a cryptocurrency channel, starting with some news? Well, not only is it kind of terrifying in some ways that actually there is the prospect in our lifetime of a major sort of cyber attack, and you've got to think about just how digitized the world is. All the world systems as we know it run on the internet, run on kind of Web 2. And this is the reason in which I'm bringing this up, because Web 3, distributed ledgers, essentially eradicate a lot of the issues and points of weakness and vulnerabilities that our systems of today currently face. And there has never been such a need, certainly when we talk about cybersecurity, for distributed ledgers. We are a massive fan of the ICP blockchain, a blockchain that I was definitely late to the party on. You know, we only really started paying attention to it really at the bottom of this bear market, or the bottom of the market. We've now got I think a pretty insane time ahead of us from a kind of positive point of view. But the concepts of this blockchain is essentially to rebuild the internet using smart contracts and distributed ledgers. And what that essentially can do, and many others are doing this, by the way, in their own way, shape or forms. What that essentially does is it eliminates the kind of points of weakness, the centralized points of weakness that we currently see with the systems that operate the world today. And how often is it? I mean, just yesterday we heard that the Bank of England actually had to shut down some of their payment systems because there was an issue. You don't get that with distributed ledgers. So when people think about crypto, they think about Bitcoin, they think about Dogecoin, but actually the scope for what this technology is doing is far, far greater. And you guys get to be the early speculators on the technology that nobody's interested in right now, that is literally going to be what the world systems of tomorrow are built upon. And unlike the internet, there's a token that grants you ownership and dominion over these protocols. I mean, wow. You know, it's just an amazing prospect. And on the topic of you guys being early, so we're going to get into it now, guys. I know I've rambled on for quite a bit. On the topic of you guys being early, I'm going to show you some interesting things. We're going to be looking at Google Trends to show that nobody's interested in crypto right now. And we're also going to be looking at, what was the data I was looking at this morning? I was sharing it with my Patreon. So retail investor demand is at a 3-year low. A 3-year low. We're at the lowest point. We're at a lower point today than we were at the bottom of the bear market in terms of retail demand. Yet the price has gone up. We know that institutions are accumulating crypto. Bitcoin, Ethereum, and through the ETPs, which we're very bullish on, we're going to be showing you all that, altcoins. Yet retail is confused, scared, and conflicted. And that's what we're here to do on this channel, is to ignore the talking heads, to cut through the muck, through being able to technically identify where we think a market is at and where it's going, and if there's any merit to suggesting upside is coming or downside's more likely. And we're on the upside scenario based on a hell of a lot on this channel. And ultimately help people do well out of what is going to be one of the biggest sort of upgrades technically the world has ever seen. So this is the breaking news from today. This is 17 minutes ago. I have a Muay Thai class, so this is going to be coming out an hour or so later. So it'll probably be about 2 hours old by the time you guys are watching this video. Microsoft CrowdStrike shares fall in pre-market trading after major outage hits businesses worldwide. Cybersecurity firm CrowdStrike saw its shares plunge Friday after an update led to a major outage. impacting businesses across the world. Shares of the company, which makes software to help firms manage their security in IT environments, tanked 14% in the US pre-market. Microsoft, which also reported issues after affecting its Azure cloud services, and Microsoft 360 suite apps fell 2% pre-market. One of the areas we're most interested in the cryptocurrency space is this thing called DeepIn. Now, DeepIn's been about since Bitcoin. Bitcoin was the first DeepIn network. What is DeepIn? Decentralized physical infrastructure. Bitcoin is a decentralized physical infrastructure network, which many don't understand. Bitcoin has an algorithm, a software, that needs hardware to operate it, the Bitcoin miners. We're now taking those kind of Bitcoin miners and we're using them to do things like cloud computing and data storage and, you know, mobile networks like Helium and all these amazing things. I had a conversation, I'm going to be releasing the interview on Monday with Mandala Chain, who are working with the fourth largest government in the world from a population point of view in regards to implementing distributed ledgers to upgrade their systems. People do not get how important this technology is. And the insane thing is I've had to learn to understand that as somebody who has a dental background. And it's so obvious to me. And the new economies that are going to spawn around these tokens is just, wow. It's not all about Dogecoin and Bitcoin. But this is, I think, really highlighting the need for distributed ledgers. We also see, rather concerningly, global IT outage grounds planes and sends broadcasters off air. Not us, though. The power of YouTube. YouTube, it will become bigger than any TV station or anything. We're bullish as hell on YouTube. So, and happy to be on this platform. So planes have been grounded and TV broadcasters have gone offline as businesses worldwide grapple with an ongoing major IT outage. Earlier on Friday, cybersecurity giants, so on and so forth. It's basically spillover from this one company. Interestingly, related but also kind of not, a global payment issue that affected the Bank of England's CHAP service and delaying some of the high-value and time-sensitive payments now resolved. Again, you wouldn't have these issues. This is why they're going to adopt technologies like Ripple, or companies like Ripple. You know, we're going to release a price prediction on XRP later on today, guys, so do subscribe and watch that. You wouldn't have these issues if you use distributed ledgers. And now I actually want to pivot into just telling you guys how early you are. So this is from Ki Young Ju. Retail investors' demand is at a 3-year low. It's measured by the 30-day change in total transfer volume for transactions under $10,000. So, small investors, retail. You can see where we currently are. We are lower in terms of retail demand than we were on the 19 spill back in March 2020. It's sad, really, because the opportunity, the technical merit to expect this industry to do extremely well is here. And retail will only get in when you start to see people like Elon Musk coming back on Super Bowl and talking about Dogecoin, kind of timing the top and losing money as a result of it. Subscribe to this channel, guys. We are zealous in our crusade to make sure that people don't miss this opportunity. People have got no idea what is going on with the world and the technological revolution, upgrades that are taking place. And really for the first time ever, you get the opportunity to invest in it. So it's not being a kind of CIA company that's there to manipulate the world that they ultimately, you know, have complete control. You know, the power of decentralization. And it's not just a gimmick. There are a long list of reasons why you want decentralization. And freedom, you know, is, or more of a degree of freedom, more of a democratic system is actually like low down on that list, you know, from a kind of business point of view. Google Trends, guys. We love to throw this up. This is where you are. You're not really elevated from bear market sort of low levels. You're sort of pre-2021's run levels. which is interesting because we think we're at a pre-2021 point of view from a price point of view. This is Bitcoin. We still have higher targets for Bitcoin at 151k. We're yet to be invalidated on anything that we've said. Total 2, we've got going to $3.8 trillion. This means that everything in the top 10, excluding Bitcoin, is going to be worth $1.8 trillion, and everything below it is going to be worth around about 2. This is others, everything outside the top 10. The only people that do this sort of analysis, guys. We're also bullish on the ETPs. This is Grayscale's Digital Large Cap Fund. We spoke about Near Protocol yesterday and how what they're doing is very interesting. This is Bitwise's Top 10 Crypto Index Fund. This is likely going to make our target in the next move that we had. 21 shares. We can show you 1,000,001 crypto stocks that look fantastic. Obviously, Coinbase, we're still waiting for it to turn. This has been a sensational stock for us, guys. And it's going higher. And what does that mean for crypto? TerraWolf was a recent break. When it walketh, talketh, and quacketh like a duck. It's a duck, ladies and gentlemen. Don't fight it at this point. Interesting video because we started off on some sort of pressing matters that are gripping the world right now. And we're putting forward blockchains, crypto as a solution. It's a solution for cybersecurity. It's a solution for AI. It's a solution for finance. It's a solution for money itself. It's a solution for supply chains. It's a solution for identity. It's a solution for the Internet of Things and everything in between. Gaming. Must I go on? You could have... Am I going to say that crypto could engulf the stock market in terms of market cap? No, I'm not going to say that. But could it? If this technology goes on the journey that I think it's on, yes, it probably could. We're not talking... I say things on YouTube and people go, oh, well, it's been a week. It's not happened, so it's not going to happen. Get out of here. Investing isn't for you. People are so impatient. Everyone's got ADHD now because of TikTok and Snap and all of this stuff. Have patience. Rome wasn't built in a day. These things take time to play out. But if you have the vision and the understanding in regards to what this technology is doing and where it's going, it's a very exciting future that I think we've got ahead of us. I was going to play a clip of Donald Trump talking about how he loves crypto and he's going to make the US the place to be for crypto. I think he's going to win the election. That's my own personal take. I know people get very annoyed when I say stuff like that. We're not trying to annoy anyone. And if you get annoyed by somebody else having a view on something, then you're an issue, I'm afraid. So that's it from me. On that note, I'm going to love and leave you, ladies and gentlemen. It's always a pleasure. Have a fantastic Friday and a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next.